Yo, my people, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. And today's topic of discussion is what's hot and it's what's on everyone's lips. Pause. Is have Arsenal had a good season or have Arsenal had a bad season? So let's just get straight into this, yeah? How I see it, you can look at it two ways, right? You can look at it two ways. So it's either you look at things very simplistically and black and white, and you would just look at just the specifics of like trophies, and that's it. And I understand that outcome. I understand both sides of the argument, by the way, because the ones that will say it's been a bad season will say we've not won a trophy, we've spent money, so therefore it's not been a good season. And they'll say we came runners up, because this is looking at it black and white. Runners up in the Premier League title challenge, out of the domestic cups, FA Cup, League Cup, early exits, Champions League, quarter-final, went out to a weakened Bayern Munich team where we should have arguably progressed. So they will argue that that makes it a bad season, which, fair enough. I hear that, and I get that, and it's hard to dispute because it is based off of factual things that have happened in the season, and football is ultimately about winning, and that is ultimately how players and managers are judged, and how football clubs are judged is based off trophies and what you've won. That's the not, I don't want to say be all or end all of football, but do you know what I mean? Like, as especially as a big club, like that's your goal. And as even smaller clubs, they aim to be in a position to compete to win the major trophies and major honors and cups and things like that. So I get that aspect. Now, my opinion of the season is, I think I've mentioned it before, it's been a good season, but it's not been a successful season. Now, when I say that, a lot of people get confused. Like, how can you say it's been a good season? How do you define this as good? You're happy with not winning trophies? Like, bro, relax, bro. Relax, bro. Like, I'm old enough to have seen Arsenal when they were winning trophies under Wenger, and when it was 2004 and all this, bro. Like, I'm an old man now, bro. I'm 31 years old in like a month. Like, I've seen this shit, bro. I've been through suffering as well. I've seen all of that shit. I understand that trophies is the ultimate like judgment on whether something's good or not. But just because I say it's been a good season, it doesn't mean to say it's been a successful season. Because had you have asked me, has it been a successful season, I'd have turned around and said to you, no, because we haven't won anything, right? So yeah, how I see it is, it's been a good season. Main reason for me personally why I say it's been a good season is because last season, yes, we were competing for the league. Yes, we were in pole position to win it, and we essentially bottled it, or whatever you want to label it. Like, we failed, we bottled, whatever, innit? There was a moment where the pressure was on Arsenal in the running for the title, and it was between us and City, and they were obviously trying to chase us and close the 5-point gap or whatever it was towards the end of the season. Arsenal under pressure last season crumbled bad. Like, it was really bad. The way that we folded last season was really hard to watch, and it was because of the mentality. It was just purely mentality. It was nothing to do with ability. It was just pure mentality and lack of experience of knowing how to deal with certain precious situations. Now, this season, the reason I feel like we progressed up here is because this season, if you look back at the season and actually view the entirety of the season, the parts of the season, if you have to nitpick parts which cost us, the most costly month was probably December. And it was most definitely in the first half of the season anyway, regardless what month you want to pick and whatever. So that's when essentially the pressure's not on, like as the magnitude is not as the magnifying glass ain't on you as much as, say, for example, in May, because that's the be or end all. You drop 1 point, you're done type shit. So yeah, I feel like this season it was kind of reverse, but not as extreme. We dropped in the Fulham and West Ham, I believe, in December. And then surprisingly enough, after January, our football just took a turn and we played our best football after January. Since the turn of the year, we've played some of our best football. So in that aspect, I feel like it's like mentally we've grown so much, and I've seen it with my own eyes that we've progressed a lot in that aspect. And when it came to May and the title running, and people were just looking, Arsenal might drop here, City might drop there, Arsenal might, and they just didn't drop. But they lost 1 game to Villa, fair enough, but I mean, it happened. So it wasn't a fall off as such. So for me, that's the most impressive part of the change in the team in terms of what I've seen last season compared to this season. People can go on about we scored more goals, we conceded less, we've won more games than any other Arsenal team has ever in the season. All these things, for me, the most impressive thing for me was that is mentality, because a lot of sports and professional sports in general is to do with your mentality, and it's to do with how you deal with certain situations. And because we all know the talent is there, right? We all know the talent is there from both teams, from Man City, from Arsenal. We both know. I mean, we all know that both of their mentalities, their abilities are there. Sorry, so it's not a case of, oh, Saka's not good enough to score a goal in May, like, but he's good enough to score a goal in December. Like, that's not how it works, bro. Like, if he's good, he's good. It just depends on up here. Like, can he do it in a big moment? Can he do it in a big stage? Can he do it in Champions League? Can he do it? These things they're actually factors. So yeah, I feel like mentally we progressed, which is good, and to that aspect, like I'm happy about that. When I say it's been a good season, obviously, like I just mentioned, there's been other things that have shown me that there's parts of this which have made it a good season, like the fact that we've won the most games that we have in comparison to any Arsenal side in history, which is no mean feat. The amount of goals we've conceded defensively, a lot more solid. The injuries that we've avoided, and we've not picked up as many injuries, which is good, because it shows that the training, the way the players are training, the way the boys are training, the methods that Arteta's got them in, the training routines, and obviously the staff and coaching staff and stuff like that, they're doing a good job in the fitness aspect of things, which is always good to hear, especially when you want to compete at the top level for all the major honours and domestic cups and things like that. You need your squad as fully fit as available as possible. So yeah, successful season, no. Good season, yes. That's kind of how I would sum it up. I'm interested to know what everyone else thinks, though, in regards to the season, because it is a bit of a weird one and a bit of a mixed one, to be honest with you. Now, my opinion on this whole, I just want to touch on the whole Arteta. Like, I've seen some people saying get rid of Arteta. Now listen, I'm not gonna sit here and start calling people names and whatever, but in my opinion, if you want Arteta to be sacked after that season and under these circumstances, and with the manager pool, for example, like the amount of managers that are available and the quality of the managers available, if you would like to get rid of him now, heading into the new season, I feel like I'm trying to refrain from like saying, but bro, that's not it. I don't think that's it. I think what we do, the right thing to do in this situation is we wait, give him the summer, Let him get a striker. Let him get whatever additional piece it is or whatever. Give him next season. And then once we... Now, the mistake I think... the mistake I think they would make, the board, is if they give him a new contract before like mid-season or like the end of next season. I feel like don't rush into that decision, because if he goes and spends another 200-300 million and we get knocked out the domestic cups, for example, FA Cup, League Cup, within the first round four, and then we don't win the Champions League and don't win the Premier League, and we're sitting here again saying, oh, another season gone type thing, for me, that's sackable, because then you're going into 6 years without a trophy, 6 years without a major honour. You've spent a lot of money. So yeah, for me, that's just where I stand on it. Give him another season. Let's see what he can do. Hopefully he can deliver. But one bit of advice for Arteta, if he ever sees this, and if he watches this, which I highly doubt he does, but if he does, then take the domestic cups serious. That's my advice, because they are important. Had we have won an FA Cup and we're looking back at this season saying, oh, you know what, we challenged for the Premier League, took it down to the last day, quarter-final of the Champions League, first time back in it in a long time, won an FA Cup, won a League Cup, we're sitting there going, yeah, good season. Do you know what I mean? So it is what it is. We'd even be saying it's a successful season. But yeah, man, big up, people. Appreciate all the love. Like, comment, subscribe, share, do all of that good stuff, man. Appreciate all your feedback. And like I said, get in the comments, man. Let me know what you think of our season. Do you think it was a good season? Do you think it was a bad season? Are you like me, where you think it was good but not successful? Yeah, let me know, man. I'm interested to know. I've seen a lot of people talking about this kind of stuff online, and I just thought I'd share my opinion on it and just kind of do a little review on how the season's done now that it's all the dust has settled and everyone's kind of calmed down about the situation. So yeah, more videos will be coming. I'll probably drop a video tomorrow about all of this madness that's going on with managers again. There's just every day it feels like Big Brother house. There's just better drama popping off with these managers, with Man U and Chelsea and I don't know who, and it's crazy, bro. But yeah, man, big up, people. Like, comment, subscribe, share the video. Peace.